face the music to the time.
Good evening, taxpayers in Cumberland County, parents and fellow patriots. This is Mariana, and welcome to the Boiling Point, to the Midnight Edition, where we are howling out some truths today. So, how many of you sat down already and looked at the school board meeting last week? And how many of you heard what Teri Mickle, the school board candidate for Region 2, stated? Now, as we already know, the West Shore School District is looking to pass common sense policy, and among it is the one for the library. Because for many years, we parents have been, arguing about the books that are in their library that are inappropriate, that they are downright pornographic. And kudos to Christy Spangler, who spoke in the school board meeting and bought some of these books. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. Brought some of these books forward as to what they had. So this week, we had a couple speakers. Heather Keller speaking about, oh, give administration, the opportunity to do the right thing in the library. I think that Todd Stoltz would do a good job. Listen, to Heather, I'll say Todd Stoltz already blew it. He blew it 5 years ago when he denied it was even there. There's a breach of trust between this administrator and the parents here in the West Shore School District. So to say something so stupid as to give him another opportunity, no, what you should be saying and all the parents should be saying is time to find a new administrator because he has failed us and he has failed us miserably. But let's get to Teri. Teri says, or she stated, that first she was wagging her little finger. Be careful with lawsuits. Okay, because that's their go to. It's all about lawfare to these people, it's not about common sense. But she goes further and she states that the policy should be student centered, which I agree with. But then she goes further and says, not center around what offends the parents. That is where she's wrong. And if that is what she thinks, then she's proving to us who and what she really is, which is a chocolate covered spider. You may see that little smile. Don't be deceived, people. Bite into a chocolate covered spider, and there's poison, there's venom, and you're going to wind up dying from that one bite. Okay? And because we already spoke on the last video that we did with Denise, that Educated Voter PA endorses her, and Educated Voters PA is big on having their candidates smear conservative parents and religious parents and call them extremists. And if you do not, hold on to the LGBTQ or the alphabet jihad um, views, then you are an extremist. But what Terry said was very concerning. The grooming of children is a deeply concerning issue that doesn't always wear an obvious mask. It can take on many subtle and insidious forms through inappropriate media exposure, manipulative relationships, misleading educational content, or the quiet erosion of boundaries that should be sacred. Groomers don't always fit in one mold. They can be individuals, institutions, or ideologies. And the damage inflicted isn't always visible on the surface, but cuts deep into the developmental, safety, and emotional integrity of our children. And have we not seen this happening at the West Shore School District? This is why it is essential for anyone running for a position on the school board to understand this reality in full. And obviously, Terry proved to us in that meeting that she does not understand this. She lacks comprehension. Their role is not just administrative, it's protective. They must commit to shielding children from any form of grooming that threatens to compromise their innocence, values, or well being. But the problem is that we are having candidates like Terry Mickle, okay, that has no values. They don't think it's a great crime to compromise the children's innocence nor their well being. Because to them, it's about furthering their agenda. Don't fall for this bipartisan crap. Don't fall for that. That is a way of them gaslighting you to get you to vote for them and saying, oh, the right is trying to bring in their agendas. No, it's not the right. This bipartisan group here is trying to bring in their agendas. Do not be deceived by the smile. School leaders must recognize that when a parent feels uncomfortable with a curriculum, a figure of authority, or any school endorsed exposure or curriculum, that discomfort is not to be dismissed or belittled. And that is what Terry did. She dismissed and she belittled the comfort of the parents and their concern for their children. A parent's intuition is a powerful tool, and they have every right, both moral and legal and constitutional, to stand between their child and whatever they believe to be harmful. Schools must work with families, not against them, ensuring transparency, honesty, and mutual trust. True education does not come at the cost of safety, it grows from there. And not only do schools need to work with the families, so does the school board. And we must have school board members in there that are willing to work with the family. And obviously, Terry Mickle is not it, guys. Terry Mickle is not it. A society that truly values its youth listens closely to its parents and acts swiftly to guard against all forms of manipulation, exploitation, or coercion. Grooming is not always loud, it's often quiet and disguised as progress. And progress that disregards the voice of families is no progress at all. Let those who wish to lead our schools rise with courage to protect what matters most: our children's right to grow up safe, supported, and free from exploitation in any shape it may take. So, obviously, Terry Mickle was advocating for the smut that was found in the school. And what she was basically saying, if we're going to really put in a nutshell what she said that day, was that you can groom these kids, but not these kids. Absolutely not. You shouldn't be grooming any child. You shouldn't be grooming any child, period. Okay, but obviously, she doesn't have a problem with grooming a child. I'm going to ask everybody this November, say no to Terry Mickle, because she is, and she proved to us that she is a danger to our children. How can she sit there and make that comment and disrespect the parents, disrespect the parents' rights, the parents' constitutional and legal rights over their children because she wants to further an agenda and she don't find it offensive and she don't find it wrong and she don't understand that grooming children in any which way or form, and that includes library material, okay, the kind of library material that we found, that is a crime, and she's absolutely comfortable with this. Listen, if she wants to, pull out those books and read it in the privacy of her home to her kids, go at it, but leave our kids alone, because we have a right to say what is appropriate for our children and not. And obviously, this candidate here that's running in Region 2, this candidate running for Region 2 is also gaslighting the community because deep down, she feels that the grooming of children, it came out of her own mouth. Read between the lines, guys. The grooming of children, in her opinion, in her way of thinking, it's fine. And it is not. It is a crime. So, if a candidate's idea of serving children involves grooming, they're not just unfit, they're predatory. Keep them out of our schools, off our ballots, and away from our kids. Keep Teri Mickle out of our schools. Do not vote this woman in for school board because she is a danger to our children. I will say it again. She supports grooming. You saw that in the meeting. She supports grooming. She's against parental rights. And she is a danger to our children. So keep her out of our schools, keep her off our ballots, and away from our kids. This November, say no to Teri Mickle. She is a danger to your children. This November, vote for common sense. Vote for somebody who will protect your kids and will protect your voice. And that person, we all know who it is, Kelly Brent. Don't let this little face here of Teri Mickle trying to look all sweet deceive you. That's a mask because behind that smile is all hell. This woman is predatory. Do not vote for her in November. God bless.
always hasn't wrapped again. I always get caught in my life of sin, but I just keep on going back again. You know I'm lost again, when all I wanted was to find a friend, someone that I can always depend on to help me find my life again.